Hey planner friends, welcome back to another edition of Will This Planner Work for Someone with ADHD? Today we are taking a look at the Wilkii planner, which their claim on Amazon says that it will help people with ADHD boost productivity, beat procrastination, and that 94% of customers see improvement within their first week. So we're going to take a look at it and see if we agree with those claims, if we think that it would help us improve. And we're going to start with the basics. So first, let's take a look at what all comes in the box. This is our box here, just a plain white box, nothing fancy, but it is nice that it comes in the box to kind of give it that little bit of protection while shipping. Opening the box, we have an A5 undated 13-week planner. This planner comes in 6 colors. I picked out the black one, which is a vegan leather cover. And there are 5 other colors that are called an eco cloth. I kind of looked through the Amazon description and I didn't get a firm idea of what eco cloth is. It looks like a linen cloth to me though. So take that at its face value or head over to Amazon and take a look for yourself. I will leave that link in the description box below. Please note, I am an Amazon associate and that link may earn me commission if you purchase through it. The planner is $32. So if you do the math, you would need 4 of these to cover every day for an entire year. And that would work out to $128 over the course of the year, which if you buy one every couple of months at $32, doesn't seem so bad. What all comes in the box besides the planner? Well, we have this little My Growth Line sticker. And at first I was like, what the heck is this? But once you look at the planner, it makes more sense. So you kind of like track your score every week, and then you put it on this little line and you see how you did. As you can see, their point is that, we all think we're going to do this straight line here, but this is like how it actually goes. So that's kind of a fun little sticker. You could either leave it like this and use it maybe as like a bookmark, or you could stick it on, it would probably fit on the cover. I bet you it would work better. I just had this idea. I would probably, doesn't actually look like it would fit on here. I guess if you did it like that way, you could always just track everything right there. So you get the planner, you get this little sticker, and then there is a welcome to the family postcard. And on the back, of course, it has a little welcome message. And then it has a little QR code here that will take you to the guide on their website. They have a PDF version of the guide and video versions of it, like short little clips. I did watch all of the clips and I reviewed the guides. They look like they would actually be helpful, unlike some of the other planners that we've looked at that have not had a guide, like the ADHD planner. If you haven't watched that one yet, I'll leave the link up across the top and you can check out that disaster of a planner. And looking a little closer at what the planner comes with, you get 2 ribbons. The black one has this teal color and gray. I don't know what the other ones have. And then let me zoom you back out. It has the elastic band. It is not too loose, not too tight. It does kind of, let me see if I can get you a little pull on the top here and kind of bend the back cover in just a little bit. And the bottom, not as bad. So just that little top part there, which I think I could live with that. I'm probably not looking at that too much. And then in the back, of course, you have a little pocket here. So some general pros for this planner. The A5 size is definitely portable. It's not too big. It's not too heavy. You can throw this in your backpack, your purse, your work bag. Take it with you. The 2 ribbons are nice because you can leave it open to, say, the day that you're on. Then you can use a ribbon to mark the month and the week. Like I said, the video and the PDF guides walk you through how to use most of the planner. So that is very helpful. And the only con for the general planner that I could think of is that it is only 13 weeks. So you would have to buy multiple planners to cover the full year. But on the other hand, if you put all of what's in here and did for the entire year, that'd be a really thick planner, like thick. Because imagine 4 of these, just like, that would be a hefty boy. All right, let's move to the inside and take a look at the planner pages. And this is going to take some effort to train to lie flat, but I think with a little bit of work, you could get it to lie flat. I don't want to bend it too much because I'm going to give this away. Stay tuned for details on that or check the description box below. Opening up, of course, we have our little created by, copyright info. If found, please return to. You got your room for your name, address, phone, and email. Then you got some space here. You could decorate it a little bit. And then we have just kind of the general cover page. And we start with our Wilkii Wellness Wheel. Now this says, gain mindfulness about your current state of well-being. On a scale of 1 to 10, color in your current level of satisfaction with 10 being your highest ideal state. And then it says, once you finish that, think about some simple actions you can take to improve your score and write them in the space provided. So what I like about this page is it's simple. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories, which a lot of these planners, like goal planners and things, they have 10 categories. Moxie Life has 10, Level 10 Life has 10. I can't think of any other ones, but most of the ones I see have 10 areas. So this simplifies it a little bit. And that actually might be good for someone with ADHD because we have to think a little bit smaller and we're not overwhelmed with way too many categories. And I think this covers a good bit of the categories that we're going to want to be setting goals for. And then it has, during the next 3 months, I will, and has space for 3 things under each section. And then by practicing my daily small actions, I will be able to, so you put your end goal here, and then you sign and date. So the only thing I noticed, like, yes, it's simple. There's 5 categories. There is a little bit of instruction on the top of the page and in the PDF guide, the videos, but there's no real deep dive. Like, what is intellectual? Like, what do most people put in here? What do most people put in social, emotional, physical? That's fairly easy. That's your health and wellness, workouts, spiritual. That could be any number of things. So that's really the only con for this set of pages. We go into our monthly pages. So we have a month, 2 months, 3 months, and then our daily pages. Now, the biggest con for me personally is I don't like having all of the months up front. I like to have a month and then my weekly pages and then my daily pages. And I understand why they did it in this book because of the way it's set up. So you have week 1, followed by 7 daily pages. And then you go, we'll get there, but that's why they did it that way. Then they don't have to worry about if this month has 5 weeks or that month has 4 weeks. They've got it all covered that way. So I know why they did it. I just personally don't like it. So that would be a con for me. The other thing about the monthly that I don't like is it feels like there's some wasted space. You have an entire inch across the bottom and the top, and these boxes are really small. I don't know about you, but a box this size is really hard for me to fit more than one thing in. I would have liked to maybe see a little less space at the top and the bottom and make these boxes a little bit bigger. I do like the notes section. It's nice and large. I'm thinking what I might have done is, made this a little bit smaller up here, like maybe a 1/2 inch, and then put the notes down here, kept the height of these boxes, and then maybe spread them out a little bit more across the page, if that makes sense. Just to give them maybe a little bit more height, a little bit more width, something where I feel like I could fit more than one thing. Like, if this was my payday, that's half the box. I don't have room for anything else. Okay, that is our monthly spreads. Moving ahead, we go past our little months here, and we move into the daily pages. This is slightly misleading because we start with a week, and then we go into the daily pages. The week is vertical hourly, and it goes from 6 a.m. all the way up to 10 a.m. with spots for the half hour. So that is a pro for this over a lot of other planners. So many planners, might start the day at 6, but they only go to 7 or 8, and they don't include half-hour time slots. I don't know about you, but most of my stuff that I do starts on the hour or on the half hour. So I really appreciate when they leave a spot for the half hour. Even if they didn't put in like 2:30, I would be fine if they had 2, a space, and then 3, so that you knew that was 2:30. The other thing I really like about this is they have this legend column over here, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. Now, the guide shows you picking a color, let's say purple. So you'd color purple in there, and you would put school. And anything that has to do with school would be marked somehow in purple. Like maybe you highlight down, you're in school from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. So you'd highlight in purple down there just to show that, that time I'm doing school. And then you could do orange, and that would be work. So you go to work from 4 to 9. So you would block that off with your orange or write it in an orange pen, however you want to do that. I really like the idea of color coding. I've used it off and on over my lifetime, just depending on how I feel. By using color coding and time blocking, it really helps you to track what you have going on in the different areas of your life and just be able to keep everything straight. The con for the weekly here is, I'm not really sure. I can't think of any con off the top of my head. Just maybe not enough room to write stuff in, which when you have an A5, that's almost always going to be an issue, especially if you're like me and you have really big handwriting. But otherwise, I think overall, this looks like a really good weekly overview. It has a nice amount of hours. Next, we move on to our daily page. So we start with, you put in your date, mark the day of the week, Personally, I like to use like a dot marker for these kind of things and just pop. Then we have a quote, and we have a power hour tasks. And next to it, I'll zoom you in a little bit so you can see this a little bit better. It says to do or die. So these are like your top 3 have to do, must get done things. And then you put in, let's say I want to go for a run and I'm going to do it from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. for 1 hour. Write that in. Underneath that, today's task to knock out the small stuff. I want to check my email. I need to brush the dog's teeth, whatever that might be. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 spots for that. And underneath that, we have scheduled events to show up at. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4 spots for that with a little at and a space for the time. So I don't have a ton of scheduled events. So 4 would be fine for me. If you are trying to use this for a work planner and you have a lot of meetings and Zoom calls or whatever, this would be really tough because you only get 4 scheduled events. And then underneath that, we have impromptu tasks to get done to, also, as in also, and you have 3 spots for that. And lastly, on the bottom, it says, today I will take a positive action to grow in my, and then it has those 5 categories. So you would say, okay, I'm going to do physical. I'm going to make sure I get in my run and weightlifting or whatever. So that is the left side of the daily page. On the right-hand side, we start with a mindscape area to untangle your mind. I do like when planners have this kind of space here for you to doodle or jot down lists or different things that come up that maybe don't fit in the normal planning section. I think it's really helpful if I need to run errands after work and I know I need to get, milk, bread, butter, eggs. I can just write them in here. I've got it with me, pull it out, check my list, grab my stuff. Down here, this is your daily score to rate my productivity. Now, these scores are what we saw on the growth line sticker. So you're going to keep track of your score all week, add it up for the week, and then put it on your sticker. So you add up your completed task points to get your daily score. So for your power hour, you get 4 points each. Today's tasks, 2 points each. Scheduled events, 1 point. Impromptu, 1 point. And you write your daily score in there. Over here, you've got, if you only got 0 to 6 points, that was a weak day. 7 to 14, that's average. 15 to 20, oh man, you had a great day. That was a strong day, man. And 21 plus points, outstanding, fantastic. You went above and beyond. Then we have a nightly reflection. What lesson did you learn today? What positive attributes did you display today? It's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 to pick from. And did you prepare what is necessary for tomorrow? Check yes or no. So there are the 2 daily pages. And, if you aren't sure what your points are, they've also got them over here next to the tasks so that it's really trying to get you to focus on your power hour and today's task. Like if you just finish your 3 power hour and your 4 today's tasks, you have 20 points. So that was a strong day. Or maybe you've only got 3 power hours and 1 task. You got 14 points in an average day. I mean, we know our days are not going to all be strong or outstanding. We're going to have average. We're going to have weak. But this just kind of gives you an idea of how productive you were. So we have our 7 daily pages, and we'll flip ahead to the weekly review. And let me zoom in a little bit so we can see this better. So for your weekly score, you're going to add up all of your daily scores and write them in here. And you've got the same week, average, strong, and outstanding scale with your different point levels from 0 to 40 plus points. And then we move into a weekly reflection. So what was your most memorable lesson, top wins, what did you spend most of your time on, and what ways can you improve in the coming week? And then on the other side, I really like this page. This is next week setup. So it's got a space for tasks, due date, and priority level. So what you're going to do here is things that you know you have coming up, write them in there. Other things, you're going to go back through your week, be like, oh yeah, I didn't get to this one here. So fill it in over here, make that, priority 1 because that's my top priority. And then down at the bottom, you have people I will reach out to. And zoom you guys back out. And then we go into our next, there we go, our week 2. We start again with our weekly overview and then our daily pages. And this repeats until our last weekly review. Oops, I'm flipping my desk accessories here. All right. There we go. So we have our last weekly review. Then we get a mindscape area. Think, imagine, and create. And it's basically a dot grid page. Don't let your ideas escape. Start your masterpiece with a doodle. They have little sentence or saying at the top just to kind of remind you of what you can use this space for. And you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those pages. And then we have our back section here and back to our pocket. Okay, it is time for our pen test. So I've got a variety of pens here. I have a light and dark mild liner, a ballpoint pen, an Erin Condren gel pen, my favorite pen, the Zebra Sarasa, second favorite pen, the Muji, and then I have a regular Ohuhu dot marker and a metallic dot marker. And we're going to test these in the back here so that whoever gets this does not have a page full of pen marks. The paper is fairly smooth, but it also feels fairly thick. So we will see what happens. There is everything. No smear from ballpoint. So no smearing. I gave it, probably like a minute or so for everything to dry. And of course, that one, the metallic dot pen always smears because it seems to take quite a while to dry. And now we'll flip over. There is a slight ridging here, but nothing that's like over the top. I don't want to use this pen because it creates ridges. And then there is, looks like bleed through of the metallic Ohuhu, which is not surprising because those are very inky. But I'm going to kind of zoom you in there. You can see that there is really no shadow, no ghosting for anything but the metallic dot pen. So pretty much Any pen will work in this book, and you don't have to worry about seeing too much through the other side unless you use like those metallic pens. And even the light dot, you can't see. It's just the little heavier version of it. So overall, great paper. That is the Wilkii planner meant for adults with ADHD. And thinking back to their claims of boosting productivity, beat procrastination, and 94% of customers see improvement within their first week. I could see where this planner would be helpful. There is pretty much everything you need in here. You've got a little kind of goals section. You've got your monthly pages. You've got a weekly page, and you've got daily pages. Overall, I do think the Wilkii planner would work for those of us with ADHD. It is a great little planner, has lots of stuff in there to help with that productivity and the procrastination and just getting stuff done, which we all know is important, but we sometimes struggle to actually follow through with those things. Let me know in the comments what your pros and cons of the Wilkii ADHD planner is. Since I'm not going to keep the Wilkii planner for ADHD, I'm going to go ahead and give it away. Be sure to check the description box for all of the information on that. It will be in my community tab and also on Instagram. Don't forget to leave a comment with your pros and cons for the Wilkii planner. And then if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want more of Will This Planner Work for ADHD, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I do have a couple more planners in the works, and I've got a list of a few others that I would like to review for y'all. Until next time, I hope your planning and coffee are strong.